Hey guys, so today's video is being recorded in my nice warm home, in my nice warm bed, with my nice warm sweater coat, because it is super cold outside. But originally when I recorded this video, it is a re-record by the way, it was a week ago on my birthday. I just turned 40, yay. And I was going to take you guys with me to do a bit of doll hunting, as well as take you on an adventure to a local antique mall. So I recorded it in my car, and I got through the antique mall part. I recorded a lot of really cool stuff to show you guys, and then got to the other stores, the Walmarts and Targets local to us, and they were so incredibly crowded that I could not finish filming. So I am going to talk about what I saw and what I didn't see, as well as show you what my birthday doll haul was, where I got them from, and show you the cool stuff from the antique mall. But we're not driving around going on an adventure, which by the way, I never record while actually driving because it's unsafe and that's not cool. So yeah, don't drive distracted. I see a lot of YouTubers doing it and they have like their camera mounted and they're kind of talking to it, but it's still a distraction and it's still not really safe. So I kind of actually just recorded them from like my driveway or parking lots or whatever. But you know what, the heck with that. Today we're staying in. So first things first, I went to the antique mall. I live, in like a town or two over from the largest antique mall in America. They are so massive that I've been there, I can't even tell you how many times in the last like 2 years, 3 years. Oh my goodness, 4 years now. And honestly, I don't think I've ever seen everything. I don't think I've even been down every aisle since I've been going there. Like, it's so huge. There's no way to explore it all in one day. Even if you were to go from opening to closing, like, there would still be stuff that you missed. So they have a ton of booths with Barbies and Bratz and My Scenes, vintage dolls of all types. So, they have all these booths. There was no way for me to go to all of them in one day to show you guys everything, but I wanted to give you like a very brief like overview of what kind of stuff they have. They had a lot of amazing Bratz dolls. There was a Tokyo Go-Go Jade that if the price had been a little lower, like I probably would have brought her home. There was, I don't know what this doll's name is. I think it's like Kumi or something like that, but I know she was one of the Bratz and like a set of like 3 of them that came out with like these beautiful kimonos, and like I don't really remember what the line was called, but they were very, very beautiful. And she was like I think like $45, which is probably reasonable for her, but without her accessories and out of box, like I went ahead and passed on it. So they did have, like I said, a lot of Barbies. They had Barbies that were so vintage that like the yellow plastic on the front of their boxes, the plastic on the front of their boxes had yellowed. They had porcelain Barbies. They had random mycene dolls. They had this one doll that had like a Barbie body and like a troll head. I don't know what that was about. They also had, let's see, they had a basket of like nude Bratz that were just kind of like very like torn up, banged up, whatever. And I kind of dug through that for a bit. I ended up bringing 2 of those home. They also had like a shelf that had like a Stormer gem doll that was really like in good condition, but no clothes or shoes. It was like a vintage one. I did debate on bringing that home, but again, it was a little pricey for not having anything with it. They had like dolls I'd just never even seen before with like really strange faces. I don't even know what some of them were, but I did go through the basket of like misfit Bratz that are just kind of tossed in there with terrible hair and markings, and I did actually purchase 2 of them. I don't collect Bratz. I bought a lot of them back in like 2003, 2004, 2005. I got them for their clothes to use on like my Tulip dolls and other dolls I collected at that time, and then I would sell them off. So I have like a vague knowledge of them. I know some of the characters' names like Jade and Chloe and Sasha and Yasmin, and that's about all. But I did collect the Bratzillas, all except for the final 3 princesses my area never carried. And I don't remember their names either, but like, you know, so I do have those, but brats were never my thing because of the weird pop-off feet. Like, it's not even, you know, like the actual aesthetic of them, minus the whole lack of articulation, is really great. Like, I actually really like their faces, but I'm not a fan of the pop-off feet. Like, that disturbs me. But I did pick up 2 of them, and I might even have some like shoes and clothes left over from like back in the day. But I got 2 that were kind of beat up. Like, they need baths, they need hair treatments. They have like some marks on their forehead that need to be taken off. Their underclothes are chipped, and I did want to do like a video later on in early 2021, just kind of showing how to clean up beat up looking dolls. So here are the 2 I got. I don't know their names. I think this one's like Chloe and this one's Sasha. I'm pretty sure, but I could be wrong. Because I know that they did have other blonde characters. I'm pretty sure this is Sasha, because I think the only other like darker skinned girl was Felicia, and I think she was much darker than this. But I don't know like what like line they're from or anything. So if anybody knows, feel free to drop below in the comments and let me know. I'm gonna do a video, like I said, cleaning them up. I really didn't pick up anything else at the antique mall because I was kind of saving my money, because it was like I said, it's my birthday haul, big 4-0. Was very excited. So I drove to Walmart first. I think I checked all the Brick Seeks and Target app. Target didn't really have any of the series 2. I ended up ordering them online, and I think they came like the day after my birthday, but they're still part of my birthday haul. So I'll show you those right quick, and then we'll talk about what I did find in the local stores. So first, we have the beautiful Amaya. Now, I've already dressed them and like redressed them and whatever long before I sat down to make this video, because with it being the holiday week, everybody in my house has been home. It's been very busy. We've had a ton of cooking and celebrating, and, you know, well, I mean, celebrating as much as you can, being quarantined safe and everything. But, you know, we just had a lot of activities and family time, so I really didn't get to record sooner than this. But I'm going to talk briefly about these guys. I don't want to make this video so long that you guys get bored and leave. You probably already have. Anyway, so Amaya came, I don't know if you can see it, but like some weird kind of gluey looking streak marks. I haven't tried to clean her face yet. That is on my to-do list. Also, I stole Cheerleading Jade's bow for her. But her hair is the most, I haven't tried heat styling it, but I've seen other people do it, so I'm assuming it's still nylon and whatnot. But it is the roughest, most coarse of any of the Rainbow High dolls that I've ever felt. It's very much like when you over bleach your hair and it gets that crunchiness to it. She didn't really have a terrible amount of gel, so I don't know if I wash her hair and condition it, if it'll become better. If anybody else had the problem with the weird crispy feeling of it. But she's very pretty otherwise, and I'm planning on getting a second one of all of the series 2 to dye their hair, as well as a set of all of the cheerleaders to keep stock, which more about that later. I didn't want to go too much into an over review of any of the newer dolls, because every YouTuber, every dollstagrammer, they've all already done that. Like, there are a billion videos already on every article of clothing they come with, and the details in their shoes and whatever. So I didn't really want to kill that horse twice. So we're just gonna move on. That's a terrible saying, by the way. Like, anyway, so my favorite, the one I was looking most forward to, is the beautiful Karma. Mine's actually got a pretty good face. Like, I don't really have, her hair keeps sticking to the glitter in her lips. The glitter is not overly done on mine. I do wish it was a little more even, because one side of her lip doesn't really have a lot of glitter on it. But otherwise, her face is good. It's got a decent amount of shine. She's not as shiny as the first girls. I did kind of throw her in the hoodie from Amaya Rain, but otherwise she's kind of got her original stuff on. She's gorgeous. You are going to, in a later video, see this doll get the roots done, like dyed in, that she had on the back of the package. And then I might get a second one to do a different color. Speaking of which, Look how cute he is. Now mine does have some Descendants pants on. I didn't really like the jeans that River came with because they were very baggy. And I think I've just been like, we live in such a skinny jean culture that like they just weren't cute. They weren't fitted well. I got the one with the leather sleeves. There are two variants supposedly. I guess it's going around that one has satin sleeves that could stain, one has leather sleeves. He has rainbow on the back of his coat. He does not have the number 22 on his arm that we saw in some of, I think, like the earlier artwork or whatever. And if you look at his hair, the blue has stained the white flocking. There are little holes from where they, I guess, like they punched their head into the back of the box. I don't even know. They'll already have something chaining their neck down to keep their head from moving. Like, stop puncturing the back of their head to attach it to the box. That's annoying. I didn't like it when Mattel did it. I don't like it with MGA doing it. I don't even understand it. Like, I don't know if it's like an anti-theft measure, but there's got to be a better way to do that because it's really annoying. Oh, one thing I forgot to touch on with Karma is that not all of the clothes she comes with are the same color green. Like, I think the outfit she comes dressed in very much matches her hair, but the second outfit is actually a slightly darker shade of green and looks great on Jade. For those of you who were not a fan of Jade's Billie Eilish looking stock and who wanted to have a more feminine outfit for her, I would say Karma's second outfit goes really well on her. And of course, I also got Stella, who is absolutely beautiful and I have zero complaints. Her curls are a little crunchy, but nothing terrible. I have her in Avery's dress, not for any other reason than because I just liked it better. And her little sheer shirt with the little gold dots is absolutely precious. Like, I love her clothes. I don't have any beef with them. I just dressed her in what I thought was cutest. Last but not least, now this one I actually did find in stores. My Target app claimed that she was finally in my store. Went there, didn't see her, and asked an employee. They went in the back and got her. I think she's only being delivered in cases of 2. So I just kind of took what I got. I took her, she looked fine. Then I took photos of her and I could notice some small marks on her face. I don't know that they'll show up in video. Honestly, they really don't even show up in person, but there's like almost what looks like a pen mark right here and like another one somewhere on her cheek. But again, like, you can't really even see them in person, but in photos they show up. Now she has 2 different colors of eyeshadow, one very much like a brighter plum tone. Her hair is very indigo. It is that mixture of purple and kind of a dark blue. Her coat goes really well with it, this coat. All of her other clothes and shoes are very, very purple, like very not indigo, like they're just purple. I don't really know what that's about. I may dye some of her clothes to match the more indigo tone so that like they suit her better, because otherwise she's just purple. So there's that. Now, like I said, I got her in store. Everybody else came through the mail. I am ordering seconds of All the Way of 2. My second Crystal actually should be here this evening. She's getting her hair dyed. I'm going to go ahead and order like a second Amaya, Stella, River, and Karma. I'm kind of waiting for them to hopefully all be in stock at one time so I can order them all at once, save on shipping versus ordering like 1 or 2 at a time. But on my birthday, I did actually get to do something I've always wanted to do. I have never gone into a store and bought an entire line of dolls at one time, ever, which is dumb because I literally did that when I bought these online, except for Crystal, who at that point, when I ordered the other series too, wasn't out yet. But I'd always wanted to go in and just buy an entire line at once. You see people doing that and it's kind of like, wow, living the dream. Like, you gotta have a lot of money to just go do that. And for my birthday, I sold some extra doll stuff I had, and then I have a really wonderful husband who was like, let me chip in on that. So I did go and I got the Rainbow High cheerleader series. They're very, very lovely in person, but I was not a fan of like the cheek decals. So I should say the designer for their makeup I think like her Instagram name is Kalur. I'll try to link her below if I can remember. Does beautiful work. Like it's not even like that. And as far as the cheerleader line goes, the stickers were really cute. I do think that the idea of them was really good, but these dolls do have some quality control issues, as we've seen. MGA's excuse for that is that they are very mass produced, like children's toys, and honestly, even really expensive figures come with some paint flaws, whatever. So it's not even like always that serious. Like I've seen some Rainbow High dolls people have gotten where they had like 2 left legs, or you know, we're missing major parts, or one I just saw in a Facebook group, the man had bought I think it was a man, it might have been, anyway, the person had bought the white haired Amaya Rain studio version. They washed her hair as it says to do on the box, and like an entire chunk of the rainbow colors from underneath just fell out in their hand. Like all of the orange just came out in their hand, and I think like half the green did. Like it was bad. Like I've seen some more serious stuff, but like small things, you know, to expect because they are mass-produced children's toys. In this case, I think that the cheerleader decals were a very good idea in theory. They didn't. It's kind of the same with like a cheerleader Poppy's butterfly eye makeup. The part underneath her eye just made her look like she was tired. It didn't look good, but I'm sure like in a drawing or in like a conceptual art, it was probably really adorable. It just didn't come out well, and that's kind of how I felt about the decals. A lot of them, the first Sunny, this is the only Sunny that I saw. She has a little bit of smearing in her black makeup, nothing that I can't retouch with a fine brush and some black acrylic paint. Not stressed over that. They also tried to do, I guess the girl who designed the makeup is a BJD designer. They tried to do kind of like that little shadow under the lip to add depth. In theory, it was probably really cute. In the conceptual artwork, it was probably really cute. In execution, not so much. Like, so my Sunny has like blue lines at the corners of her lips. It's not black, it's not brown, it's not a darker pink, it's blue. So she just has blue in the corners of her mouth, like she's been sucking on a blue popsicle. I don't even know if my camera will pick it up very well or if you can see it, but it's very weird. Now, her decals came off, as you can see, with no real staining. I mean, she has no cheek blush. I can't remember if she had some under her decal and it just took it off, but if she did, that's what would have happened. But she's very lovely. Not all of them were as easy to take off. I don't know if you follow me on Instagram, you probably saw where I discussed Rocker Boy. I took the streaks off of his cheeks. It took me like 25 minutes. It's never taken me that long to clean off a doll's face. It was thick black sludge that just smudged around forever before I finally got it off. And that is very much akin to what it was like taking the decals off of these girls. Poor Poppy. So in order to take the weird, tired looking butterfly makeup off, and the streak of thick black, her outfit wasn't cute. Like nothing about her makeup was cute. I was very sad about Poppy, but in order to remove that junk, it removed her freckles. So I don't know if I'd had like the like sharp pointed Q-tips versus the softer ones that you can normally get, if it would have helped to get into those smaller areas and not accidentally erase her freckles. She has some staining towards the bottom of her eye. It's kind of yellowy, but I think once I put fresh eyeliner and lashes on, like painted onto her, that it'll pretty much cover that up, so I'm not too worried about it. Skylar was another one where there was no real staining from taking her decal off. Hers were not that hard. Got her in like some Barbie Puma clothes. But Ruby wasn't terrible, to be honest. I mean, it's weird that she has flames on only one eye, but like, I'm just gonna deal with it because whatever. I'm not even gonna take all that off and repaint it. But on this cheek, you can see like a faint discoloration from taking off the decal. I would have honestly rather the decals have been like stickers or something that you could like put on and remove when you wanted to, not because they're not cute. Like I said, the design is cute, the execution's a little off, but the issue is it takes away from the versatility for anyone who likes to like play with their dolls, redress them. Like they won't really look as cute in prom dresses with cheerleader decals on their face. So I do wish it had been something removable. Violet, who I have in a Descendants dress, I don't know which one. I know her name is Mal, but I don't know like which line it's from. She has, I think you can see a little bit still of faint purpleness. And I know that every doll blog I've ever read has said to use like an acne cream that has like the 10% benzoyl peroxide solution, and some plastic wrap. You put it on their face, you put the wrap around it, you lay them out in the sun, and over time like it fades the stains. I'm really kind of hoping that works. If not, it's whatever. Like the stains aren't super noticeable in person. It's very hard to even pick them up on camera. Jade had the worst stains of anybody, and in her case it was very much because her makeup was very thick, and actually she had the worst of everybody. Like all of the ones I had seen of her in the store, like I'd only seen one Sunny. Most of the poppies were good. I had seen some pretty messy Skylers who just had like I don't even know what was going on with their faces, like smeared makeup that was uneven, where they would have bottom liner on one side but not on the other. I actually had seen a Ruby who had like a red smudged mustache, and when I posted about it, people were like, well, why are you complaining? That they're mass-produced dolls, like you shouldn't even be upset about it, like just buy them anyway. No, just because you're okay with a doll who has, you know, a smudged face or messed up makeup or missing eyeliner, that's not me. It ain't me. I ain't buying it. I'm not spending my money on it. I work way too hard for the money I have to spend it on something that's like defective beyond what I'm comfortable with. Everybody has a different level of like what they're willing to accept, and that's fine. Like for instance, this Violet, I don't know if you can see, but again, she has like that weird BJD line on her lip. It's not even visible really in photos or whatever. It is visible in person. She has like a brown smudge on like one bottom side where it's thicker, and she looks like she's just rolled out chocolate, and like it's fine. Like I said, it doesn't show up in pictures, it doesn't really show up in the video. I can see it in person, but it doesn't irritate me beyond like being like, okay, I'm not gonna get her. People were like, well, you know, if you talk bad about the dolls, they'll get canceled. Okay, whatever. There are a billion people talking good about them. There are a billion good dolls. Criticizing some rough ones I've seen in the store is not going to get the entire line canceled. Calm down. It's not that bad. But like I said, Jade was the worst, and you can still see some slight green tint to her cheeks. God, it really doesn't show up in video. I did photos for somebody the other day, and like I couldn't get it to show up. I couldn't get my phone close enough to like focus on it. I do own a DSLR because I'm professionally a photographer, but really don't use it to take doll photos because it requires more effort and energy than I have to give. So I'm trying to get it up close enough. Like you can kind of see like the faint green, whatever. So I've been putting peroxide on her cheeks. It's slowly getting the staining off, but the staining is there. So I will say, for people who also want to take the decals off, because I've seen a lot of people like in the groups and on Instagram say that that's something they want to do. You know, it is something you have to worry about, that there could still be stains. And even using the benzoyl peroxide, I've read that it can take weeks, sometimes even months, to get the stain gone. Like it usually almost always goes away, but it can be very hard depending on like how it's like soaked into the plastic it is. So just keep that in mind. For my next video, I'm gonna do a hair dyeing video again. I'm gonna show you guys how we're gonna try, hopefully it works, to get the roots that Karma has on her box, as well as possibly dyeing other series 2 dolls and maybe the cheerleader ones. So keep an eye out for that. It'll be the first video of the new year. I hope you guys have a wonderful new year. 2 more days, we can kick 2020 out the door, say hello to 2021. So if you liked this video, you know, go down below, like, subscribe, follow me on Instagram for photos of all of these dolls before they get dip dyed, as well as other news, information, etc. And I will see you guys in the new year.